Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the House of Gains, where we always be gaining and always be feeding our plate addiction. Today's a real exciting day. It's another glorious International Chest Day. Today is our heavy chest day. So today we are going to talk about that one thing that every lifter hates the most, and that is that evil word that we don't even like to speak around here, but just this one time we're going to make an exception, and that is plateaus. So what do we do when we're facing a plateau? One, we like to treat plateaus like NFL playoffs treat the Cleveland Browns. You're not invited, you're not welcome around here. So there's a lot of ways to beat plateaus. One thing that we do, we just keep throwing on the weight. I don't acknowledge it, I throw on weight and I just bust through it. Another thing, I recognize the importance of mental strength when it comes to defeating plateaus. So I always like to make sure when I'm getting in a point where like, oh no, I got a plateau coming, I feel kind of stuck at this weight. I make sure that I am mentally prepared to fight that day, and I allow myself to think that there's no way I cannot get this weight. And that's one way to mentally beat it. Another issue with plateaus that we face is sometimes we don't have our best performances in the gym. We have a mediocre day. It happens to us. But what we always have to do when we have these mediocre days, we have to be honest with ourselves and we recognize it. Because if we don't recognize it and admit to ourselves, next thing we know, a bad session turns into a bad week. A bad week turns into a bad month. And you know what? Before you know it, you're sitting on the couch, stuffing your face with potato chips, sitting next to the Bean Brothers, watching TV all day long instead of visiting the glorious House of Gains. So now you might be wondering, who are these Bean Brothers? There are three Bean Brothers. They were the strongest, fastest, most glorious athletes that were ever born on this great earth. Some say that these men were as perfect as you could be for the male specimen. Now your next question is, well, if these Bean Brothers were really the greatest athletes that had ever existed, how come I have never heard of the Bean Brothers? Well, the reason why you have never heard of the Bean Brothers, let me give you a hint. Let me share you their first names, and then maybe it will ring a bell. The Bean Brothers are woulda, shoulda, and coulda been. That's right. Those are the three Bean Brothers. All the glorious skills that any athlete could ask for. But you know what? They could not overcome obstacles. They made excuses, and they made mistakes, and they gave up. Now, you yourself might be sitting at home. How can I avoid this fate that has befallen the Bean Brothers? Let me tell you, there's an easy way to do that. Now, there are a million reasons why you can't do something. Here in the House of Gains, we ignore the million reasons why we can't do something, and we focus on the one reason why we can. And that's how we avoid sitting on the couch next to the Bean Brothers. All right, we're going to get our spotter over here. We're going to try 305 for 3 today. And I shouldn't even use the word try, because we're going to bang this out. We're also going to have a little extra motivation today. So, here we go. Alexa, continue. Here we go, gentlemen. Are you ready? Can I lift it? Yes, you can. Can I lift it? Yes, you can. All right, let's go. 3 times, baby. Ha, come on, lightweight, baby.